All right, so I'm here today with professional UFC fighter, Ife Hakeem. How you doing today, brother?
Yeah, man, just chilling, just about to have some lunch and head to the gym. Just a typical day for me.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So originally I did want to touch on COVID-19 and that situation, but I do feel like there's some other pressing issues at hand. We were both down there yesterday at the Black Lives Matter protest. There's a lot going on in the States, a lot going on all over the world. Um, and yesterday, for me, yesterday was just crazy just to be in that environment, see all the support, all the energy. I've seen a lot of videos on social media of people all over the world, from New Zealand to, Europe to wherever, all showing support. And, it's crazy to me to see all that, but I love it. And it gives me hope for the future. But how was yesterday for you? How was it being down at the Black Lives Matter protest here in Calgary?
No, it was good, man. The energy was good. I was satisfied with the turnout, man. There was a lot of people. I don't know how many people officially there was, but like it looked like it was a good turnout. The energy was good. There was a few, guys I could see trying to, start some problems, you know what I mean? But other than that, I think it went very good, and I think we represented ourselves quite nicely. And I think that's how the
Definitely.
protest should go.
So how does that make you feel, seeing, because like it wasn't just black people, it wasn't just brown people, there were a lot of white people, Asians, of all races. And to me that was very moving and very touching. Just wondering how that felt for you, just seeing that kind of support from the Calgary community.
No, I think the unity is definitely good. You saw your black people, white people, Asian people. I saw a lot of native people there. You know what I mean? And I think just everybody's on the same page and everybody's just tired of it. And I think that energy we just need to keep. And I definitely think it was awesome to see, man. Everyone was just one. There was no race yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully we can keep that up. But question for you, do you feel any pressure as an influencer or prominent figure to speak up and speak your mind during these times?
Um, I don't really feel like any. No, I don't feel any pressure. It's just kind of in me. My mom kind of raised me that way. My mom's very outspoken. Has always encouraged me to, be aware, especially being a black male, at this age. So I don't feel pressure. I do it because I want to. It's no pressure. I do it because just I need to.
Yeah, that's what's up. I mean, I've seen a lot of backlash on Twitter of people saying that, more prominent black figures, or I guess more prominent figures, need to step up and, make their voice known. Do you feel like that's something that's, almost mandatory in a situation like this? Or do you feel like, everybody should just go about it their own way and deal with it whatever way they feel acceptable?
Yeah, and I think it goes without saying. You know what I mean? I don't even think you should have to ask. The fact that there's some people being quiet about it, hopefully they're being quiet about it and doing something, behind the scenes. But like, I think it should definitely go without saying. You got to do something. You know what I mean? Especially if you're black and you're living in this, this world we're living in today.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, I agree with you 100%. I feel like, especially if you're in a position of power and you can do something with that power and you can influence people in a positive direction. Maybe one day I'll be at that level and I can make those moves myself. But so let's talk about the UFC a little bit. What's the current situation with that? I haven't been keeping up with it too much. So what's going on in that aspect?
Yeah, so they're running fights still right now. So UFC's going on as we speak. It's just we'll be fighting and there's no audience. You know what I mean? So we're still getting paid the same, except it's just smaller fight cards and it's going to be on pay-per-view. I'm looking to fight mid-July, early August. I'm just waiting on an opponent and I'll be dropping some news like right away here.
That's what's up. So how do you feel about that? No fans? You think it's gonna throw you off a little bit? Is it gonna throw off most of the fighters, or once you're in the octagon, that's all you focus on?
Yeah, and I think once you're in the octagon, um, sorry.
No sweat. We were out, spending a
Yeah.
lot of energy at the protest yesterday. I get it.
Well, I think once you're fighting, you don't even really notice it, but at the same time, it's just gonna be like back in my amateur days when I was fighting at, Bonus Sportsplex, and I was the first fight of the night, and there was like, nobody there even watching me. So it's at the end of the day, I'm still getting paid the same. I'm still getting my same money. So it's just all in a day's work.
That's what's up. Yeah, we'll just be cheering you on from home. That's the only difference.
Exactly. I'll bring it back home. Throw a little social distance barbecue or something like that. But
That's
you
what's
know,
up.
it be no different for me.
Yeah. So take me through the process of you getting to the UFC. Like, did Dana White give you a call and was like, "Yo, I really like what you've been doing. I think you need to step it up," or what was that like, and how were you feeling in that moment?
So like how I got in the UFC, how it started. First I was with a previous league called WSOF, and I was stuck in that league. It was a little bit of some funny stuff going on in that league. It wasn't the most clean cut league. So once I got out of my contract, because the league shut down because of some illegal things were happening, I was finally a free agent. And my manager at the time, he messaged the UFC. He's like, "Yo, we got this kid. He's 7-0 with 6 KOs, and he's Canadian. He's hungry, and I think he's gonna be the next thing." And I talked to Sean Shelby, which is the matchmaker UFC. He sent me an email to print out the contract. It was like a thick contract. Took me like 3 days to go through. I signed it, got a police check, and boom, I did the thing.
That's what's up. And how are you feeling in that moment?
I was hyped, man. I was kind of a little bit in disbelief. You know what I mean? But yeah, once I got the contract and it was official, I just did my thing, and now it's just the way of life.
Yeah. It's been all work since then.
Mm-hmm.
I had the opportunity to catch one of your fights in Edmonton, and
Yeah.
yeah, you converted me into a UFC fan. I was kind of like a casual fan before that, but actually getting to watch it live just changed my perspective. And we were going hard in the stands. We saw that knockout kick that you had. That was crazy. Everybody in the stands was going nuts. People was jumping on my back. Had my drink spilled. We're running around the arena.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of energy. But how does it feel knocking somebody out? Are you one of those people? I feel like there's two people. You either kind of feel bad, or it's a big ego boost. So how do you feel when you land that KO?
It's just a part of the job, You get that KO, that's just the bonus. Like that night in Edmonton when I landed that KO, that scored me an extra 50K on top of my purse. You know what I mean? So you don't wish harm on nobody, and I wish everybody a speedy and healthy recovery. But that's an extra when you get that KO, especially in the UFC, that's an extra 50K American. So
It's good
it,
incentive.
it's good incentive, definitely. I felt good about it.
Yeah, of course. So how's the transition been for you to the UFC? Because you've had lots of success. Have you seen much of a difference, or is it just something that you were ready for? Once you're in the octagon, you're in the octagon, regardless of what league it is.
No, definitely, it's something I'm ready for, something I'm prepared for. And the only difference in the UFC, it's just the elite of the elite. It's just the highest of highs. So it's something you got to be ready for. But it's nothing I'm not used to. It's the best of the best, and you got to be a wolf yourself to survive in a ocean full of sharks.
Yeah. So it wasn't really a big transition for you. Did you
No,
change
it
like
was
your
it was
training regimen or
no,
anything?
it was definitely a transition. You know what I mean? Like my only loss was in the UFC. My first UFC fight, I had my first loss. I got caught in a submission. I just, I wasn't. I guess I just, it. It's just such a high level. You just got to be ready on every aspect of your game. So it's definitely it. It took some getting used to. Now I'm 6 fights deep and I'm getting comfortable. But yeah, I feel comfortable now. But your first UFC fight, it's definitely something you got to get used to. It's the big show. It's a bit
Yeah,
different.
for sure. What was the biggest difference, like in your first fight? Was it just the crowd size, or having all those cameras now, or what were you feeling?
The crowd size, the arena size, just the whole media production was just a lot bigger. You know what I mean? It was crazy. Nerves, you know what I mean? You're on live TV. It was just so many things put in one that it's hard to even explain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I bet. But it looks like you've adjusted nicely. I mean, you're doing work. You're making everybody in Calgary proud. You're making Canada proud. Uh,
Yeah.
where do you see the future of Canadian mixed martial arts heading?
I see me, as the head guy for Canadian mixed martial arts. The one setting the example and being that face. And I see myself, having that title run and making Canada, how MMA when George St. Pierre was running the game.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm excited to see that. I know you're definitely up and coming, definitely making a name for yourself. But how did you get started originally in mixed martial arts? What got you into it? Were you kind of always an aggressive kid growing up, and that was a release for you, or was there somebody that inspired you to get involved with mixed martial arts?
Well, actually, before I was in mixed martial arts, I was a world champion in Muay Thai kickboxing. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I had over 60 Muay Thai kickboxing fights. As an amateur, I was like 42-5 with 15 KOs, and I went pro 9-0 with 7 KOs, no losses. Um, I had every type of belt imaginable as an amateur. I was world champion, and when I won my belt, I only won about like $5,000. And I just had to take a look at myself and be like, look, man, I just won a world championship. I'm at the elite. I only got paid $5,000. Like, this isn't really enough.
Yeah.
And that's when I decided to make the switch to mixed martial arts, because like I was seeing these guys that I felt like I was a way more skilled fighter than these guys, but they're getting double my purses. So
Yeah.
that was one of the main reasons for me to do the switch.
Yeah, and it's a good call. That's a good investment on your end. Do you have any advice for any aspiring fighters, any aspiring martial artists, or I guess even just athletes in general? Because you've been able to make it to the highest level.
Yeah, just accept the struggle. Like I'm gonna be real blunt. The coming up phase, it's hard. You know what I mean? You're gonna be broke a little bit. It's hard to get those sponsors. You know what I mean? It's gonna be very tempting to quit and just settle for something easy. Get a construction job or something like that. But just accept the hustle, grind through it. Be gritty, keep true to your craft. Just keep working on it, and trust me, it'll pay off. And eventually, you'll be where you want to be. You know what I mean? At the elite of whether that's any sport you want to play, whether that's music, art, whatever you want to do. Just stay grinding to your craft, even when you don't see much progress. Just keep working on it every day, and eventually it'll pay off. Trust me.
Definitely, that's great advice, man. So just to wrap this up, did you have any words for the city right now? Any words for the nation of Canada? Any words for our brothers down in the States? Because there's a lot going on right now. There's the COVID, obviously. Black Lives Matter. So there's a lot of people that are hurting right now. A lot of people feeling all sorts of emotions and feelings, and they look up to people they look up to, influencers, athletes, whatever the case is, for some guidance. So if you could just share some words of positivity with the people.
Yeah, definitely for our brothers down in the States, us brothers up north, we feel your pain. We're definitely with you. We feel the same struggles you guys feel. I hope you guys can come to some civil rest, some civil order soon, and I'm with the cause, man. I definitely understand. I like, even though the riding, isn't the best look. It's like I understand people's frustration. They feel like this is the only way they can they can be heard, they can be seen. And, you know, for everybody in Canada, the way we protested, really peacefully, no one got arrested. I was very proud of everyone. We demonstrated very nice. And I'm just want to say thank you for everybody that showed up and everybody that's supporting the cause. And let's keep supporting the cause, and just make sure you protect the elderly. You know what I mean? Protect the elderly with the COVID. Let them stay at home. But, you know, if you're young and healthy, I got nothing wrong with the protesting, because it definitely needs to stop, and there definitely needs to be change.
Definitely. Powerful words, brother. I really appreciate the time. Appreciate you sharing these words. And I'm going to have to catch up with you again after your next fight.
Definitely. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care, brother.
Thank you.